Caiping here. Welcome to my very first video of a commentary on politics. In this video, I'll talk about 3 embarrassing statements of Trump impeachment defense attorney. President Trump was acquitted more than 2 weeks ago. Things weren't promising on the first day of the proceeding though. Not because of what President Trump said or did, not because of what Democratic House managers' presentation of their case, but because of the defense attorney's opening statement. Let's watch an excerpt of the opening statement.
I was struck. I thought the House managers who spoke earlier were brilliant speakers. And I made some notes, and they'll hear about what I think about some of the things they said later when I'm closing the case. But I thought they were brilliant speakers, and I loved listening to them.
Gee, I can't believe Bruce Castor sincerely loved listening to Democratic House managers' speech. The first day is to argue if impeachment trial of a former president is within the Constitution. The Democratic House managers brought on the whole case right away. They did make the Constitution argument, but they displayed a video of what they called evidence. I don't know about you. If I am a professional lawyer, I wouldn't like it at all, not to mention love it. That's not all. Let's watch a second excerpt of the opening statement.
I think that I want to give my colleague, Mr. Sean, an opportunity to explain to all of us the legal analysis on jurisdiction. I'll be quite frank with you. We changed what we were going to do on account that we thought that the House manager's presentation was well done.
Again, if I'm a professional lawyer, if the legal procedure of the day is to debate whether impeachment trial of a former president is constitutional, the so-called evidence by the Democratic House managers, the desperate guilty arguments by the Democratic House members, are irrelevant, should be reserved. As a professional lawyer, Mr. Castor failed to point that out at point blank, and he can't stop praising the Democratic House manager's work. As if that's not embarrassing enough, he made a third embarrassing statement. Let's watch the excerpt.
But the section I read, judgment, in other words, the bad thing that can happen, the judgment, in cases of impeachment, i.e. what we are doing, shall not extend further than removal from office. What is so hard about that? Which of those words are unclear? Shall not extend further than removal from office. President Trump no longer is in office. The object of the Constitution has been achieved. He was removed by the voters.
By far, this is an even worse statement than the first two. Voters vote to elect, not to remove. By saying President Trump was removed by voters is making a point backward. Plus, is Mr. Castor aware of President Trump's position on 2020 election? I doubt he isn't. If he disagreed with President Trump's position, I think it's appropriate to say President Trump is no longer in office. The object of impeachment trial no longer exists. The impeachment trial is therefore moot. The impeachment trial should stop right there. He did not clearly call the impeachment trial to cease. Instead, he made a damaging statement like the object of the impeachment trial was removed and was removed by the voters. This is the closest statement to the 5-word statement the Democratic leaders are after. From President Trump, his supporters, or anyone who speaks for President Trump. To me, the whole impeachment is for Democratic leaders to beat up President Trump and his supporters until one of them or all of them say the 5 words in public. The election was not stolen. They know they can lead a horse to water, but they can't make it drink alive, not to mention injured or dead. But they still give it a try. Let's watch how other Americans responded to Trump impeachment defense lawyer's first day performance, including his first impeachment defense lawyer, his media supporters, and his personal attorney.
We do have Alan Dershowitz standing by, Professor Emeritus Alan Dershowitz at Harvard Law. What are you making of Bruce Castor's argument so far? Where is he heading with this?
There is no argument. I have no idea what he's doing. I have no idea why he's saying what he's saying. You know, he's introducing himself. I'm a nice guy. I like my senators. I know my senators. Senators are great people. Come on. The American people are entitled to an argument, a constitutional argument.
I'm glad you pressed the Trump lawyer on the first lawyer who presented the case.
Little meandering, little free associative. Let's just say, go ahead.
It was terrible. I'm sorry. You're way too charitable. If you hired that guy in a case that you were paying the bills on, it would have been like, I'm sure you're a nice person, but enough praise for the Democrats.
In the beginning.
Oh my God. How much time could he spend praising the Democrats? The whole thing was like a walk down memory lane about how much he loves the Senate. I mean, this was like story time at the trial. It was ridiculous. So, sorry, I'm going to get into this, but I'm pretty worked up about it, given what's at for the Constitution of the country.
You know, the president's team has been getting a lot of criticism, apparently even from the president himself. I want to roll the first attorney to speak yesterday and then get your response. I hate to turn lawyers against each other, but I want to play this because I was told by it too. Roll it.
The House managers who spoke earlier were brilliant. I loved listening to them. They're smart enough to pick a new administration if they don't like the old one. President Trump no longer is in office. He was removed by the voters.
So, Mr. Mayor, that's Bruce Castor. What in the world is he talking about there? I mean, it's so disappointing for me to see that. And that's the guy defending my guy, President Trump.
I don't know what he was thinking about. Lawyers make mistakes. Maybe nobody had told him what side of the case he was on before he came in. He might have been a little confused about it. But it was fundamental errors that, I mean, I can't explain it. And just have to chalk it up to a bad day, I guess.
To sum up, the first day procedure was decided by simple majority. Unless something extraordinary happened, the vote would be in favor of the trial going forward. And it did. Thankfully, Mr. Castor and the other 2 defense lawyers, especially Michael Van der Veen and David Schoen, did much better during the guilty, not guilty arguments of the impeachment charge. And they won. I'm sure President Trump and his 75 million supporters are very happy and feel very strong now. What didn't kill a person makes him stronger. Hey, thank you for sticking with me to the end. This is my very first video creating, editing, and recording experience. It has been a very steep learning curve. If you like it, please support me by like, share, and subscribe or leave comments. Have a good day. Bye for now.